1 second. I'm just finishing off a coffee and trying to find the little picture I've got of the Saber Raven, where it may be. Oh. Hmm. There we go. Perfect. Click on this. Let's click on this. Hi. Might be a bit dark today because I'm testing out. I've got blackout curtains going on. I've got a green screen behind me. I've not got the lights on in here because it's quite sunny. But it's it'll be a learning experience for all of us. That's what all of my live streams are, learning experience. You've got Chris Roberts that's got some sort of stealth tech going on behind him. We'll have to deal with that. We'll see what happens. Hello! Hope you're all doing alright. It is start of July. I will have a July update for you later today. There was a little bit of a podcast from me and Zin yesterday. And I'm looking forward to 3.24, but I do think that's actually going to be quite an important patch. But I mean, we're in the 4.0 cycle now. CIG are going to be starting to talk a lot about 4.0. The Inside Star Citizens are all going to be sort of geared towards that, as is a lot of development information and monthly reports and stuff. And CIG want to get 4.0 out between the end of September and CitizenCon, sort of roughly, maybe by the end of the year for sure. Say for sure. We never know, do we? If you'd like to ask a question, then please put the question in brackets. I'm trying to come to it at some point. I sort of do a bit of rambling. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming for today. I've was worried that I might have COVID or something because I lost my sense of taste. I mean, obviously, I've lost my sense of a decorative taste for years, but yeah, I've been super tired over the last 3 days. Like need to sleep a lot. Tired. I'm actually feeling a lot better today. It was still pretty rough. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. I was just super tired, and there's so much to do with the house still. Still got tradesmen coming over doing bits and bobs. I've got a big gaming table that's going to be delivered. I'm waiting for my couch to be delivered, waiting for my TV to be delivered. I'm having, in my main front room, I'm having downlights installed. There's not a huge amount of furniture to assemble anymore, but there's a TV unit, but it doesn't really matter because the TV's not here yet. And there's a couple of calyxes, which the rooms are going to be, well, I say the rooms, the big front room and the hallways all need to be painted. So I'm trying not to assemble too much, but there's not that much actually left to do. I haven't found my glasses either. Like somewhere in my glasses, and that's probably one of the reasons I'm getting tired. I don't really need them. I'm long-sighted. So it can be a bit of straining when I'm reading something quite close to my face. But yeah, I thought you might want to know what's going on with me in my life. So let's have a look at some questions, and then we'll sort of delve into maybe some 3.24 stuff or the new ship. I mean, there was things that were talked about at the Shenzhen Bar Citizen as well, like they plan to have, and we can't 100% confirm any of this, because it might have been said off the cuff, it might have not been said in the same way that people interpreted or heard it, or it might have been said by someone that's drunk, and things like that, you know what I mean? Or heard by someone that's drunk. So we had things like, there's plans for full, whatever that means, ecosystems for creatures, so assumedly watering holes, predators, prey, veggie food, all that sort of stuff is all part of their ecosystem. So that's sort of plans for the future. They've got plans for fishing It's an MMO, you have to have fishing. How many boxes can a raft craft if a raft could craft boxes? I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. Raven1, thank you very much for becoming a member on Prime on the Twitch. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Sort of encouraging people to use the join button and to use the Twitch subscribe button and stuff like that at the moment. Patreon, all that sort of jazz. Just for I've never owned a house before, and I'm panicked about that. I think we'll be fine financially. I mean me. Or included you all in that because you helped me get the house. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. I appreciate all the kind words as well. Yeah, I was a little tiny bit late today as well. And a whole day late too. Speculation is that you can use hangar furniture to create a drop ship by using the chairs inside of your ship. Do you think this will be allowed? So, that's an interesting question. You will be able to put seating in ships. So at the moment, you can put seating in ships and it will lock onto the cargo grid. Even though potentially maybe it shouldn't, but they lock onto the cargo grid. And yeah, people can sit in them. So, are these secure ships from you getting damaged? So, I would see a dropship having armored sections so that they're slightly more protected from getting shot at. Cargo holds less protected, maybe. Maybe you can still fall out of the seat. Yeah, at the moment you can create dropships, I suppose. Is that intended? Interesting. Interesting question. I'm not against it, but maybe CIG were like, no. What happens to your ships and outpost when you choose to auto-load it? Does the ship get stored, or does it sit there for the time needed to auto-load? That's a good question. I've not tried it at an outpost. Nor am I 100% sure you can send the stuff to your ship at an outpost. You might only be able to send it to the cargo elevator. Don't 100% know. I will add it to my list of questions to try and work out. The Elicadi build is not up currently at time of recording, I don't believe. And it was relatively unstable. It was unstable. Played it. So there's some good fun to be had with it. It is very much an Elicadi build, though it's pretty close to being first wave PTU as soon as they sort out the stability. Jumptown will be active from 4 PM UTC? 3 PM UTC? Bear with me 1 second. 4 PM UTC. So, that will be about a couple of hours from what I can tell. As I say in my video today, which will come out pretty soon, I actually thought it was already live Jumptown, but that's because I'm not really interested in Jumptown. But in the future, I'll make sure, because I think we talked about it in the podcast, and it probably sounded like, well, I actually thought it was already live. But the last time I played it, it was in the test build for 3.20. Was it test build? Was it 3.20, 3.1? Was it 3.20, 3.2? Was it 3.24? 3.20, 3.2 being 3.24. Why didn't CIG make new ships modular instead of having variants like this? Some ships will be modular. Some ships will have be separate hulls. I'm not entirely sure why they decide to go the route of having multiple hulls when it looks like they can be modular. There might be reasons for that, or CIG might be, well, there might not be reasons for that, or there might be reasons for that. We don't know. I feel like that we need to ask that question, right? Yeah, so if those seats aren't properly secured in the hold, maybe damage can occur. Maybe Okay, for example, you lose power to the cargo area. They're unsecured now. They're going to be falling off the place. You lose gravity generator. They're going to be floating around and stuff like that. So they're not proper jump seats. Do you think CIG need to add quality of life passes? Need to add quality of life passes in between major patches? Well, they do sort of do updates, major ones though. So you'd have a major release, and then the next patch would be like between 1 and 3 months later would be a quality of life, and another major release, then quality of life. I mean that would work potentially because they could have loads of other stuff in testing, and they could add a load of other minor features at the same time. So maybe I think it's much more likely to happen once 4.0 comes out. That's the sort of stuff they might be moving towards. I mean, obviously they're moving towards a 1.0 commercial release after 4.0, but you'll still have like 4.1, 4.2. I think it's debatable either way, right? Some people want them just to push towards a full commercial release, and balance when they're much closer to that, and sort of improve and iron stuff out and solve all the bugs and optimize. And other people went, no, it's playable now. It's marketed as playable now. I want to play it now. So you need to make it playable. Space Dad, so typically I used to refuse all stuff like that. And the only thing I've been given by CIG, as far as I'm aware, are like ships for giveaways. Right now, originally I didn't accept, but when I asked, can I have when they said they are no strings attached. So, okay, as long as there are no strings attached, cool. And if I felt like CIG at any point were overstepping their boundary with stuff they could ask me or tell me or warned me about or anything like that, then I'd consider going, no, I'm okay for anything free. But I do want a friendly relationship with CIG. I got lots of friends there. I like what they're doing. I like the project, what's and all, but I do need to be able to maintain a reasonable level of being able to call stuff out if I don't like it, right? That being like shamed by CIG, like, oh, I can't believe you did that, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or worried about that it's biting the hand that feeds you. Yeah, it's like if you had a journalist horse, that horse can't bite your fingers with eating an apple. It's a really weird analogy. Let's move on. I probably would accept one of their gaming chairs though, because I want to see if they're any good. And also, I've got a new HOTAS, or new dual sticks from Verpal, and I want to set them properly in a like sim area. Cool sim chat. I want to see if they're any good. I've got a really nice Herman Miller Aeron, the remastered version, which is one of the best work chairs that you can get. They're sort of like working at long periods of time at your computer, playing games at your computer. Very, very good chair. Is it going to be as good as that? Well, probably, but in different aspects, right? More of a sim chair, what they've got. Let's have a quick look at the... So, for people that don't know, DIG have just announced that they're working with MT Sim, which are Monster Tech, in having officially licensed Star Citizen chairs. So, gaming / sim chairs, they're going to be of pretty good quality. They are $900 to $1,000-ish range, so you're paying for that quality and the brand and the cool simness of it. See the cutouts there? They're not for your man bits. They are for a joystick to be mounted there. I mean, you can, depends how you're shaped as well. But yeah, so for a central joystick. But they're kind of quite cool, right? I mean, Robert Space Industries one's kind of quite cool. Morai one, cool. I'm not a fan of the Anvil one. I don't like the camo. But that's just me. And Monster Tech do a load of other cool stuff, including bits for sim rigs. but also like mounts for joysticks and stuff, and very cool. I would expect CIG to maybe announce in the not too distant future that they've got a HOTAS partnership or something like that with someone. So, be interesting to see. So, a load of people love. As I said, I'm the least favorite of mine of theirs, the Anvil one, because I don't like camo on things, because you can't see it. Just look, can't see the chair. Just see the center bit. No, I don't know. No, but I like uniform stuff. Military, not a military uniform. Shut up. But it's down to personal taste, right? And I have very little. Okay, go check them out. Hopefully they'll have an affiliate program in the future, and I will peddle their chairs, as it were. Because I like the quality. They are expensive though. They are expensive. Has there been any new news on the Nix system? So we might see something from the monthly report coming out in the next couple of days. We know that they're sort of working on Nix, and they've started talking about some of the work they're doing on the Nix system, and there's lots of lore and other bits that have been gone into it, but not a huge amount of detail. I'm expecting it not too far after Pyro's release, though. It's something that we would probably see next year. But I'll find out as much as I can. Oh, $1,400 billion. It's expensive. Yeah, that's one of the problems, isn't it? Some people's chairs, right, are left alone by cats. Others just destroyed. Hello, hello. Thank you for all the kind words from people, and thank you very much for joining me. I'm in my new house. I'm a bit tired. But you buy a chair, you get a virtual one for your hand. Do you actually? I mean, that would make sense, because there are a lot of new furnitures in the game. You're a dogfighting, and I can imagine them doing that. I can imagine them doing that. Can't see it being said here. Other than that, they're showing off some ships there as well. Concept, design, features, other officially licensed. Paper delivery. I don't see them saying anything about giving a free chair away in game, but I really like the hustle of that. You said hangar size will depend on the largest ship bought in game. So the largest ship that you have largest flyable ship that you have in your home area when the patch goes live. That is what I believe. Now, is it going to be whatever the largest ship you currently own, you have in any form? So is that going to be... What I'm trying to say is, will it include in-game purchase ships or just be cash-based ships? As far as I understood, it was whatever ship you had on your account at the time. There could be a wipe and things like that as well, but I don't 100% know. Originally, it sounded when they first talked about it that it was going to be, yeah, even if you bought the ship in-game, as long as there's not a reset, it'll be whatever ship that is, and will determine the size of your hangar. But obviously, some people are saying now, no, it's going to be whatever largest bought ship that you have on your account when they switch that over. I don't 100% know. GIG seemed to say it had to be cached. Did you see a video? Almost certainly, but I might have missed that bit or misinterpreted what they said. I'd still be in the boat of don't 100% know. But I'm kind of like that until it's actually in our hands anyway. It's not a cutout for your man bits. Can be. I mean, you can use it for what you want. It's your sim rig, right? I'm not currently running any Virpils. Because I haven't set anything up. And my dual sticks are currently with Zin. Get some shots of them because we're going to be doing some stuff with them. So the last I used properly with my Constellation of Virpil Deltas. Which I really like. And I've got some newer ones, which I will talk about once I'm set up a little tiny bit better here. Is there a way to see how much money CIG has spent and where they currently stand on funding? There's a spreadsheet that's maintained by some backers that sort of tracks a lot of that stuff. The cloudimperium.com website goes over their previous year's financials and then gives an indication of what they're currently on for a lot of stuff. So that's the most official, best ways of tracking it at the moment. Best ways that we have. Any plans to being able to buy larger hangars in the future? Yes. They've implied you'll be able to do that. Don't know when though. And you'll be able to buy multiple hangars as well. And multiple personal persistent hangars in the future. Will we be supplementing the HOSAS with a pedal as well? So I'm going to sort of build it as I go. Pedals are cool, almost certainly with pedals. Tobii Eye Tracker, yeah. Probably some Game Glass stuff. Voice Attack. So I'm going to sort of run. I'm probably going to run with all of them and then cut back. Going, I don't use that much. Or that's actually a bit of a ball ache or whatever. And talk about you can go for all of these things, or you can go for the ones that are just most suitable for you. So, typically, I much prefer a HOTAS setup. I like the look of it. I like the immersion of that. But I'm going to be trying dual stick. I absolutely adore Virpil stuff. I think they are the best sticks on the market for Starsets and stuff. It is going to be a bit of opinion there. Do team members that leave stuff in your personal hangar lose ownership of those items? Those items will still be in your hangar for the most part. Actually, if you somehow got a ship or a vehicle in there, you probably wouldn't change ownership. But they would stay there, effectively. When do you think 3.24 will release to the general public? So I'm actually expecting by the end of the week, potentially Wave 1 PTU. And I'm expecting live. I think CIG are going to be pushing for that by the end of July, if possible. I think higher levels of quality of life updates will be easy to implement post 4.0. Totally agree with you. I think they're going to be considering like potentially 4.1 as beta. Like I know that. What? No way. I think that they're sort of trying to push and market it towards that because they're going to be. I mean the other route is that they consider 1.0 beta. So they'll be like, oh, it's a 1.0 release, but it's released on the new scale of Starsets and stuff. It's 1.0 is the beta before we expand out the gameplay area. It's hard to tell what CIG want to do, right? They will be telling us later this year the sort of plans for this stuff. Do you feel that boarding ships is warranting much more trouble than it's worth? So at the moment, yeah, it's really fun boarding ships, and there needs to be more mechanics and more reason to board, and obviously a mixture of Death of a Spaceman and Risk versus Reward and proper cargo and engineering and all this sort of stuff will add into that. And more interesting missions, right? I mean, one of the other things you could do as well is that maybe you don't get as bad a criminal rating, or maybe the police don't know where you are so much more as easily if you don't blow up a ship. If you sort of take it out but don't blow it up. The black box, maybe a black box has like a death throw that when the ship explodes, it sends all the data and says that I was killed here, boom, and by this person, and all that sort of stuff. So maybe you want to board a ship and things like I don't know. There needs to be reasons, right, to board, more reasons to board ships. And yeah, when do you think we will see the Legionnaire? By the end of the year. Oh, did they say by the end of the year, or did they say it might not make the end of the year? They're working on it. I think it was going to be by the end of the year. Though I do remember it might have been the Legionnaire that they said might not make it. I live in hope. Let me ask you, are we starting the Star Citizen Honos Cup? Oh my god, yeah, I'll be part of that. That sounds great. You said hang aside. That's what we talked about a minute ago. Do you think the banning merchantmen could be eliminated? They just provide certain ship functions to speed. What? Master modes, not the banning merchantmen. Do you think master modes could be eliminated if they just tied certain functions to speed? Are there other ways of getting a cool combat and flight model in Star Citizen that works? Yes. Do I think that CIG are going to explore other routes? Not hugely. I think what they do is they just try and optimize what they currently have. Whatever happened to planets actually orbiting their star? As far as I'm aware, that is still the plan. I'm going to turn the audio down a little bit. Sorry about that. As far as I'm aware, that's still the plan. I wouldn't mind if they got rid of that plan. I think that's going to be too much. That's going to be a lot of trouble. But I know they can do updating non-linear splines for travel. I know they worked on that a while ago. Do you think gaming companies like CIG could band together and class action lawsuit the gold farm sellers, cheat developers? The problem is it's different in different country, right? So some countries they sue they annihilate them, sue them. Some they can like imprison them even, stuff like that. I just want it hugely discouraged. So that gold. I'm very pro. So do what you want to do as long as you're not hurting anyone. And I'm a fan of a certain level of market forces. I just think that gold selling brings with it a lot of trouble and illegality. Like people trying to hack each other's, like hacking people's accounts to steal their stuff to sell it, stuff like that. So that's more black market. I'm not hugely against the grey market of people selling their ships, but again, when that's done too much or without regulation, that's a problem, right? Yeah, I'd like to see. I mean, the idea of cheats in games, cheating is, I mean, I want it almost imprisonable. Like, I hate cheaters to such a degree that it's potentially unreasonable. You're literally ruining everyone's fun, including yours. You might as well just play the make-believe game. Just sit down and play make believe and just pretend you're good at the game and pretend you got loads of cool stuff. I've got it. Cool. Because you're cheating. It's just oh, ruins everyone's fun. Everyone's fun. Hate it. Do you think we'll see an expansion of traditional ships like for fishing or something? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean they are, from what we can tell, planning fishing. I expect lots of other ships, lots of other stuff. They'll be expanding out more ships and more roles and modules for ships. Would official acceptance of player gold selling bring regulatory concerns among jurisdictions? Yeah, well, so as soon as you accept gold sellers, you're basically saying that your currency has value, and I'm not sure of the regulatory slash legal nightmare that might cause. Then you're basically NFTing it, right? You're floating it as a currency. But that's an interesting one. I think CIG are going to say they will be selling gold, but no one else sell it, so that you can't get your money back out of the game. I think that's the issue, right? It's the transference. Do you think the Polaris is going to behave how it did? It was on the Expo, or from my computer almost blew up. It's interesting with the Polaris. I think it's going to be interesting. They are sort of upgrading it so that it's got more powerful weaponry and turrets, so that it's not just a torpedo corvette. Congrats on the new home. Don't stress over ownership. Enjoy making it your home. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I've got a really big front room space. Basically, in the house, the reason I chose it is it had got a basement floor, which is actually lower ground because it leads into the garden. It's got 3 floors, and sort of up floor, the top floor I'm at the moment, effectively office. And then it's got a couple of bedrooms and quite an old bathroom, which I will revamp at some point. And then you've got the ground floor, which is kitchen, hallway, and then massive front room, which has sort of been knocked into the back room that used to be there, I believe. So it's just this big room. So that is going to be putting in the dining table in there, which is also going to be a gaming table, a load of my board games, and then a sofa, big TV, and console. And it's just going to be this nice, it's a sort of a more trendy, up-to-date, modernized man cave, a bit more neater. I love board games. They're probably my favorite thing. And I want people to be able to come around and us be able to watch how to play a board game, maybe play some couch co-op games, and then just play some board games on a nice big table. A 6 foot by 44-inch table, really big, sort of custom made. And some nice-ish seating. Sort of bought some mid-tier seating for it. I'll sort of update my plans on that in the future. And I've got removing all the light fixtures there and putting down lights, so the lights sort of sunk into the ceiling. Repainting the walls and stuff. I just had all the floors done. I will take some photos and stuff of that. How much has the property value gone up since the ink dried on your new house? At least 10k, right? I don't know. I have no idea. I'll have it valued in a couple of years when I've finished all the work I want done on it. I'm not gonna overly rush with a load of the stuff. So get the front room done. That's the main thing, and then I'll be looking at updating the bathroom because it's got weird light fixtures and stuff in there. Some of them don't work. And then eventually I want to put a new toilet in, a new water closet down in the basement. And then also have some work done on the basement because the basement is basically a pretty run down room. There's a lot of work you could do there. There's some like random wires just in places. They're like the electrical box for the house is just exposed there. There's loads of stuff you could do there. So I will. And I'm going to, at the moment it's operating as a little 3D printing room and storage for board games and stuff like that. I'll all be changing around. I'll take some pictures. I'll show you some bits off. I'll start doing that on social media. I've only been here for like 12 days, less than 2 weeks. Was it my second week today? You know what? The start of my second week here. No, what have I been here 2 weeks today? Been here 2 weeks today. Oh. We're done. What's your opinion on the new Monster Tech starters and chairs? Very expensive, but they're sort of like high quality sim chairs that you pay a bit for the brand and a bit for both the Star Citizen brand, both the Monster Tech brand, and also the nature of the sort of sim chair. I think they're going to suit some people. I will potentially see if I can somehow wrangle myself one to give it a bit of a review, or wrangle Zin one, give it a bit of a review. So I can build it into the SimRig stuff I'm building at the moment. I know a house tour is probably not ideal. What about getting Zin to do a MS Paint floor plan of the new place? So Zin and her partner will probably be visiting me pretty soon. So we can do a little tour to a degree. No. My original name was BoredGamer, BoRED, and still is. I also run a company called BoredGamer, BOARD, which does collectibles and board games, which I also am involved with to a degree. Actually, I'm both. I'm both BoredGamer and BoredGamer. But I've always been I was BORED, BoredGamer, YouTube, BoredGamer before. That was the first thing I was. Apparently, I heard the Zeus Mark II is being delayed for some reason. Potentially, you know a bit more from the monthly reports. We'll see. I'll ask CIG some questions. They're going to be giving us some updates. Are we likely going to see some of the older concept ships in the near future? I have the Liberator and Vulcan sat like paperweights. I mean, you'll see more and more ships come out each year. We know a load of them that are coming out this year, but there will be some more. CIG will tell us when they're working on stuff for the most part, but things like the Banner Merchant are going to be a while, the Orion's going to be a while, like the Endeavour is going to be a long time in my opinion. Hey Board, when will the Hornet F7A Mark II be in the store? Next ship sale? I hope so. Yeah, so it could be released again on a lot of just minor sales or patch release sales. It will definitely be on sale during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in November, though. They added personal storage to the Mercury Star Runner. I haven't. Yes, have not used the Mercury Star Runner in 3.24 yet, but I should, because it is my favorite ship. Are we going to be able to ship log when other players are on your ship? Good question. Yes, but we don't know how everything like that's going to work yet. I don't think CIG fully know either. They've got some rough plans. When you purchase a standalone ship, do they sometimes come with a free ship? Because mine did. I purchased C1 and got a free Aurora. So, some ships will come with additional loaners because they need them for some of the modes in Arena Commander or for other reasons. But I don't think you get to keep that. That's just, well, maybe you get to keep the Arena Commander version. But technically they're loaners, I believe. Any interest in carrier ships? Preferences? What do you mean new carrier ships? Or are you talking about like things like an Idris or a Bengal or a Drake Ironclad. And yes, to a degree, like I'm much more interested in industrial and base building gameplay loops, but kind of everything. Like I am interested in combat, and I'm very much interested in capital ship combat. You do not need to buy these expensive ships. You can just run your base. Just get a starter pack. That's all you need, and you can play the game and unlock the rest of the stuff in game. And the same thing with the Star Citizen chairs. Some people are going to find these really useful and great. Other people are going to find them incredibly expensive, and you can just get a reasonably good gaming chair at a much lower price. It's going to be dependent on your needs. Will there be vehicle delivery missions in the future? So, are you talking missions where you deliver vehicles, or are you talking about missions where you have ground vehicles for that you're delivering, or that you're using for delivery? So, by roads or from outpost to outpost. Probably both. Almost certainly both. Mention your friend and info runner execute info for you on the Twitch site. Morphle sent a Monster Tech Sim chair, which is why I asked if you were sent. No, I haven't been sent one. Although I've been out of the loop for some of the stuff. And I'm not, so people like Morphle Nubify might be best placed to advertise for them. To be honest, I'm not a channel that does sort of like huge amounts in the way of hardware reviews for look at this chair, because the chair's not going to improve your, not really going to improve your Star Citizen experience. Maybe it will. So things like maybe eye tracker or voice attack or something like that is much more readily able to talk about, because I'll actually sit down and use it. But I'm not very good at prettifying stuff, so maybe they just went brand risk. We'll see. I'll see if I can get someone, or if there's an affiliate for them. I'm happy to peddle their chairs, because I'll make people aware that it's an expensive chair, and it's for specific people that want specific chairs for those purposes, right? Like there are cheaper versions available. Do you think they will get all ships on the CitizenCon shadow board released by CitizenCon? They have 5 left. By the end of the year, I think so. And more. I admire and appreciate your point of view, advice, and information board. You got a friend for life here, buddy. I'm sure others feel the same. That's very kind of you. I'm relatively friendly. I hope to meet some of you that I have not met yet in real life. Hopefully at CitizenCon, some of you. I'll be as friendly as I can. I know a lot of you have given me advice and chatted to me about bits and bobs before. I know, so as far as I'm aware, Monster Tech have not offered me a chair yet, unless I missed an email. But I've been moving house. I'm not particularly hurt. They haven't. Do you think we'll see an expansion of traditional ships for, like, I talked about that earlier? Will there be vehicle delivery missions in the future? We talked about that. Boop, boop, boop. Is it true that in Alpha 3.24 they're introducing magic and dragons? That is not true. It's not true. It's not in the Ivacali patch, at least. I have been hearing rumors of Crusader starter ships coming soon. Have you heard the same? Yes, it was implied, I believe, by John Crew. We might see one in the later this year. There was the implication that would be a Crusader starter ship. Wasn't confirmed, though. Would it be reasonable for CIG to offer a big discount on those chairs to Chairman Club members? A discount for Chairman's Club members makes sense to me. Like subscribers and Chairman's Club members and stuff like that, giving them vouchers for stuff like that's a really good idea, because those are some of the people that will just go, yeah, cool Star Citizen merch. I've got a load of spare income. Oop. Do you think we're waiting on server meshing for the performance boost, or more functionality comes to the Reclaimer salvaging? I think they're prioritizing 4.0 and server meshing and that sort of stuff. Yes. I don't think it's necessarily a prerequisite. Maybe it is. When you're at CitizenCon, make sure you catch up with a friend of mine and fellow Star Citizen streamer, Jinvia OG. Jinvia? I can't say their name. No worries, will do. I will happily try and meet everyone that wants to meet up during CitizenCon. I might say, let's try and meet up here, and then I'll go around and see some other people as well. But I'm happy to try and meet up everyone that wants to meet up. The chairs are always going to be expensive. Yeah, they're high quality Simrig chairs. They are very, very premium, and you're paying a bit for the brand and for the Star Citizen brand and all that other stuff chucked onto it as well, right? Zyrus Oxmus, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. That is genuinely appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Discount on any merch for concierge would be great. Yes, I think it's just... Is it just subs that get the discounts? That sort of stuff? I mean, CIG are trying to promote and market lots of different things, right? There's a lot of stuff going on there. I think concierge... Okay, hear me out. I think concierge, or Chairman's Club members, same thing, should get an additional little perk, just a little tiny perk, if they subscribe. An extra little skin or item, or it gives you access to the sub trove, and you can choose an item from there each month as additional to be given. That will make concierge people subscribe in waves. Something really small. What's the status of Star Citizen? Is the team making it just as big? Release date. Don't have a release date on Star Citizen or Squadron 42. There's a big expectation that Squadron 42 will get a release date at this year's CitizenCon in October. They're starting talking about a version 1 commercial release of Star Citizen. Going to see the roadmap to that later this year. 4.0 is planned to release later this year, which is the big sort of new star system and server meshing of Star Citizen starting to come together as an actual MMO. We're waiting on the 3.24 patch at the moment, which is the cargo patch. Got these huge amount of cargo features with manual loading and unloading and all that sort of stuff with cargo. So big stuff happening, and with the confirmation that Squadron 42 was feature complete, and then its polishing phase, sort of like it's going ahead a lot faster. Everything now feels like development's really picked it up. We're super excited for all of that. And at the moment, we're waiting for 3.24 to go into its next phase of testing and potentially, hopefully, release to live by the end of the month. My expectation, anyway. Get on to CIG marketing, they'll have idea. Yes, but some of the stuff I'm going to come up with is great for marketing, but might be predatory, or might be like, oh my god, you're scum. Yeah, but no, I was thinking of it as a money-making exercise rather than what might be good for us as consumers. When you upgrade from Post Reclaimer, will you get the larger hangar in 3.24? If you upgrade after 3.24 is out, you won't immediately get a new hangar. You'll be keeping the smaller hangar until they reset it. Oh, I suppose you could potentially reset your account if you wanted the larger personal hangar. That might work. 1.0 isn't going to be ready for release for another 1 to 2 years at the earliest. We'll wait and see. Yeah, maybe. We don't have enough information on it, really, right? Could be 1 year, could be 5. Any idea on when the Reliant modules will be available in game? That Reliant Retaliator. It makes more sense if it's Retaliator. Yeah, it was weird that, as far as I'm aware, they're not included to buy in any shops. I thought they were going to be available in Thomas Depot or whatever. I haven't seen them appear. No, I don't know. Maybe 3.24. You should be able to buy them and fit them, right? Oh, maybe it'll probably for 4.0, thinking about it. Will 3.24 have a working stack and sort button in new gear storage? So the UI was really bad on the item banks. And I was having a load of random issues when using the load of no Nivacard issues when messing around with freight elevators. So yes, I would expect so to a degree. We're going to be working and fun. So the UIs are not going to be the finalized article in 3.24. That's what I'll say. There's going to be stuff that is missing. You're like, why haven't you got this functionality? Oh my god. If you have a Polaris and Freelancer, you get the largest. So you, as far as I'm aware, it's the largest flyable ship you have. So it'll be the Freelancer. Determine your hangar size for 3.24. If you had a hull C to get the largest hangar size, or I suppose you would, because you land hull C when it's compact, right? Not use Telegram. Correct. Maybe on the day in the future I will, but not today. Yeah, so there are obviously some people that scam and pretend to be me to give away. They're like, you want to give away? Give me some money. Something like that. And then I'll send your prize to you. And I'll never ask you to do stuff like that. Do you expect CIG to ever physicalize currency in game, as in credit chips or tokens? So I expect that you will be able to pick up physicalized chips for, yes, in some way, so that you can pick up obsolete. If you have Polaris and you get the Hammerhead as loaner, would your hangar be based on the Hammerhead if that's the largest ship you have? I believe it is, but I'm not 100% sure. Will the Hull C be able to be spawned at Lawville, Area 18, and so in the future? So, I believe so. I believe you'll be able to spawn them at all the major landings, as long as they've got the hangar big enough to store it when it's compact. Otherwise, why even make it so that it can become compact, right? It's based on your largest shipboard. You're 100% correct. Great. Cool. It's just stuff changes, right? And there's going to be loads of problems with when the patch launches. People are like, well, I thought I had this ship, or I had a loaner for this. And so I talk relatively vague, and stuff does change. I don't know about you, Board, but it can be quite a walk hangar to get to Stoller with an extra large hangar. Yeah, well, basically they're like 2 or more hangars stuck together, right? The extra large hangars. That's why you've got the 2 elevators there as well. Robert Johnston, thank you very much for all those gifted memberships to people. Oh my god. Summer Yeti, you got a membership as well. Thank you. Genuinely appreciate it. Harris, Ryan Moore, Dang, and Starkard Gould. I'm sorry that I butchered your name. You've all been, and Sammy Yeti, you've all been, forcibly subbed to my channel. Get wrecked. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I hope you are right, you beautiful man, Robert Johnston. Coming to the end of the stream now. So yeah, something I did want to talk about is this bad boy. So this is a teaser, what appears to be a new Saber Raven / Firebird variant. I think it's going to be called the Raptor. So my current theory that the Raptor that CIG had been talking about, that they went, it's a street sweeper. Actually, they had this as a Raptor in mind, and this is going to be an interceptor. Zin thinks it might be a racer, possible as well, or it could be both, right? It could be a load of different things. You increase the brightness, yeah, and bear with me. Rawr. Boo, boo, boo. Oh. Can't really see. That not change it for you. That doesn't change it for you at all. I default this. Cancel. I change my. No, I can't. It's a QED. It's been confirmed. Has it? Interdictor. So maybe interceptor, interdictor. Okay. I did not realize it. Where's that been confirmed? Yeah, I'm not as on the ball as I normally am because I'm in your house. But well, I wouldn't have missed that, would I? In my opinion, a saber with integrated bundle tech, epic. I have to buy it. Okay. I think they will ever bring back the old hand. Grow in GFG chips was all. So there's gonna be different types of hang in different locations, right? Oh no, you're right. They did say that, didn't they? He did say there was a quantum interdiction version. Or quantum enforcement device version. Okay, so maybe it isn't. Maybe it's an interceptor with QED. That would make sense, right? Because you want it to go fast, be able to avoid damage, and be able to hunt down targets. Yeah, cool. Perfect. Well, thanks for that. That makes a load of sense. Image is just on Reddit, floating around at the moment. I think it's from probably the Jump Point magazine. They always do a monthly little doodad there. Normally it's this is the new flare that's coming out. Any other questions? Oop. I'm a big fan of the Saber as a medium fighter. Probably my. Do I like the Hornet Mark II more than the Saber? I don't know. You know, the infantry access terminals that the released in 3.23 will be able to pull armor components from all locations. Just the locations you're currently at. Is to do all of your FPS stuff at the location you're currently at. Storage there. Robert Johnston, thank you very much for becoming a member. 72 months you've been here. Oh my god. Will I get updated versions of my Revel and your hangers? Yes. I believe that they're gonna have a load of those hangers and updated versions of those around the universe. Right? A lot of them have been built into like the high-tech versions, stuff like that already. But I do believe a lot of that stuff and a lot of those brands will be all those hangers. For your persistent hanger, can you call your ship with, let's say, ground vehicles already in it? So the plan was originally that they were going to allow you to spawn vehicles in the freight elevators, drive them out and put them in the ship. Can't do that in 3.24. You will be able to do it in the future, it's the plan. What you can do in your hangar, call up a ground vehicle, I believe. Depends on the hangar. I believe you'll be able to call up a ground vehicle and then drive it to the side, then call up your ship and then drive the vehicle into it. Can you recommend any brushes to paint mechanics? That's what I'm doing right now. So, no, not specifically. I've been moving into more and more simple style of stuff, where like using speed paints and that sort of stuff. Obviously, the little tiny bits of metal or whatever in the metallic paints can damage the brush pretty quickly, and it get specialist brushes for it. Skyscraper apartments was supposed to be a thing. Yeah, and I expect they will be. You'll have apartments and stuff in cities. You'll have bases. You'll have lots of stuff like that. With all the interdictors and dammers, do you think Mantis will get a tech upgrade? Whether all the ships are going to get brought up to God standard and all these mechanics are going to get updated and changed, right? Mule variant with back-to-back seats like the hangar transport Star Wars. Great to see. Compact multiple personal transport. Do you know if the inventory access terminals talked about? Right. I think we're pretty done. Yeah, super excited for July and 3.24. Some cool cargo stuff. Obviously, there'll be lots to talk about 4.0. CIG move into that as the next major goal. That Saber variant, yeah, almost certainly then going to be a QED/Interceptor version. So I do think I'm going to claim that I'm correct with Interceptor. We'll see. Obviously, it's not 100% confirmed. But we'll see, probably, potentially with 3.24. But yeah, super excited for that. I'm going to see who else is streaming. Bear with me once. Go over to them. Round up. Who's around? Don't normally stream on a Tuesday. I can send you over to Maya. He's a beautiful boy. I'll send you over to Maya. Beautiful boy. Right. Thank you so much for watching. Genuinely appreciated. Be a video out in a little bit about what to expect throughout July and the plans for the channel. I need to sort out my tubbiness. I've last couple of weeks done very limited exercise. I'd say none. The most exercise I did on the weekend was drinking 6 ciders. So sort that out. Maybe that's one of the reasons I'm so bloody tired as well. Genuinely, thanks so much for watching. Inforunners, thank you very much for making me aware of the QED version, which was obviously talked about before. That's me literally having a brain fart, so been appreciated. Thank you very much for my mods, people asking questions, and for everyone that was watching. There'll be lots more stuff going on the channel. Toby Air Tracker, that's the last time it's going to be on. Last time you're going to be able to get it during this sale, I think today. So check that out if you're interested. So yeah, thanks for watching.